Welcome back onto the platform. It's the show where we do stories with no thought whatsoever. My name is Ryan.
My name is Kevin.
How are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great today.
I'm doing well also. It's a lovely afternoon.
Yes, it is.
The sun is streaming in.
The sun is streaming.
The sun is streaming?
Yeah, you can catch it on Peacock.
You can catch it on Mubi.
You can catch it on Roku.
You can catch it on Poob.
You can catch it on Netflix.
You can catch it on Poob.
You can catch it on Amazon Prime.
Poob has it.
Poob has it?
Stream it on Poob.
We have Poob at home. It's called Peeb.
Peeb. Watch it on Peeb.
Watch it on Peeb.
Watch it on Gum.
Gum?
Watch it on Gum.
Gum has...
Do you have Gum? Have you signed up for Gum?
Gum has my favorite show on it where they follow around a serial killer and watch him as he works.
Yeah. I you know what? I can also I just learned that they have that on Squeamish.
They have that on Squeamish too.
They have Killer Time on Squeamish.
You know what they have on Squeamish that they don't have on
Poob,
Gum?
On Poob, yeah.
They have the ability to send in a suggestion.
A suggestion?
Yeah.
Well, if you were to do such an outlandish thing as that, where would you send it?
You'd send it to our email.
Platform.pod.show@gmail.com, you mean?
Yeah, you would send it on our social media.
Whoa, on Facebook, you mean? Or maybe even Instagram?
Yes.
Wow.
You could also tell it to us in person.
Yeah.
If you had a suggestion, that's the name of the show that's on
Grungus?
Peeb.
Peeb. Right, Peeb.
Yeah.
You know what I realized recently?
What?
Did we ever explain the name convention of this show? Where it comes from?
I'm given to understand it's some kind of improv thing.
Yeah, platform.pod.show@gmail.com is where you send your suggestions. But also, from an improvising perspective, platform is the term for when you set up given circumstances in a scene, and it makes the scene better and easier to do.
What, like establishing like where it's set?
Yeah, the location, the objective, the relationship, and the characters.
Okay.
That's platform.
So
on the platform, this is like the little zone where you come in, and it's like a platform that you stand on, and we do improv.
Okay, wait, so...
Yeah. You have questions, I can tell. There in the back, you? Yeah? Hi.
Hi, yes. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think... Isn't Kevin actually really bad at those things?
Well, I don't know, mysterious question asker in this press conference that we're holding. I feel like Kevin has his own strengths and weaknesses when it comes to improv, as do we all.
The namesake of this show, I don't think I'm actually very good at.
Well, maybe that's something we can focus on today. Maybe that's a focus we can have for this episode. Yeah, yes.
What?
That's something we can do. On top of, I'm giving us 2 objectives for today's episode.
Yeah, is one of them to make the title actually
fucking yes, that
relevant?
Is. Because we always give the episode a name, and then it very rarely actually pertains to what we do in the episode.
We work so hard.
Like last episode. It was called
so
Squeeze Me Till I Pop, and then it was a romantic comedy about a Wall Street broker who saved a man from drowning.
Squeeze Me Till I Pop.
Yeah.
It's fucking writes itself.
It's right in the name there, yeah, obviously. So those are the 2 things we're gonna do today.
But,
Look me in my eye. We can do this. I believe in us. You're a good improviser.
Thank you.
So am I.
You have beautiful eyes.
Together, we can make the title of the episode relate to the fucking content of the episode, and we can set up platform, the namesake of this fucking show. We can do character,
Okay.
relationship between the character,
Okay.
an objective for the characters,
Okay.
and where it is. That's all we need to do.
Well, we need a suggestion.
We do need a suggestion. And we've already told you how you can send in yours, but for now I'm going to generate one randomly. And the suggestion that we have today, hey, we're nailing one of the parts of platform already. We have a character. One character that's been given to us. The character that we've been given is a watchmaker.
A watchmaker?
A watchmaker.
Is that like a clockmaker but smaller?
Yeah. And a clock. Imagine a clock.
Okay.
You know what a clock?
Yeah.
Imagine a clock.
Yeah.
And then make it small. Put it on your arm. That's a watch. Kevin is thinking about it.
It's fine. Let's just move forward. I think I'll get it as we go.
Okay. We can figure it out as
Yeah,
we go.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's a complicated thing.
Yeah.
So the title of today's episode, which will be relevant this time, this is all about a watchmaker, or at least features a watchmaker, and the title of this episode is
Forever.
Winding
My
Gear. Forever winding my gear. Will it be one of those episodes? Will it be introspective and allegorical?
It's always fucking introspective.
Well, we've had some when the wizards dueled on top of the glass pyramid in Wall Street. I don't know how introspective
you
that
remember
was.
that
Yeah,
one.
because we brought it up last time.
Okay.
And it's on my mind.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. This is called Forever Winding My Gear. And
It's by Leonardo DiCaprio.
it's by is it a movie or a book?
We enter into the scene.
Okay.
So we're on a platform right now.
What kind of platform?
Square one,
Uh-huh. Where is it?
Idaho.
What are you talking?
I'm doing the platform.
Yeah, okay. Okay, great. We're standing on a platform.
Yes,
What is around us?
Idaho.
Are we in a field? Are we outside? Are we in a building?
Well, it's Idaho. So
Oh my fucking god.
I'm thinking like we're probably in a field.
Okay, we're in a field outside.
Yeah,
I've been doing this for 7 minutes.
fine.
We're in a field outside.
Yeah.
There's a square in the field.
And standing on the platform is a character, right?
Uh-huh. And it's Leonardo DiCaprio?
One would assume.
Okay. Certainly looks like him.
Leo holds his Oscar,
My boy Leo. Yeah.
and he looks around. He looks directly into the camera. I have no idea how the fuck he sounds.
He just kind of sounds like a guy, I think.
You're probably wondering why it is that I'm here on this large square piece of wood in the fields in Idaho.
I am, I say, as the audience member.
Well,
I'm wondering, Leo, how did you get here?
seemingly hearing the audience member, but that's impossible because it's through a television screen.
Right.
Let me tell you. Here was a place of history once.
Wow.
You're watching history on the History Channel.
Okay.
In between Ancient Aliens and Ice River fishing,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about a
History.
history here in Idaho.
Cool. I'm excited as the audience member. I'm sitting on my couch and I'm like, wow, can't believe they got Leonardo DiCaprio on the History Channel. What's this gonna be about?
A watchmaker. He winds his watch up. He goes tick, 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 and then he's done.
Can we see this watchmaker? Or are we still watching Leonardo DiCaprio?
We're still watching
signal?
Leonardo
Okay,
DiCaprio.
my boy Leo. He's describing all this.
He walks over to a secondary platform that's on the platform, like a little, like one might call it a table even.
Cool.
And on this table, right, we need a relationship to the table, right?
No, we don't. It's just an object.
Oh, okay.
We don't need a relationship to everything.
Fine, you're right. Sorry. I'm new to this. Anyway, so Leo,
We've done 46 episodes.
Leo, he goes over to the table, right?
Uh-huh.
And he picks up a book.
Yeah.
And he pulls it out, and are you paying attention?
Yes, I am. I was just scratching my ear.
He pulls it out and he opens it towards the camera. You can see there's photos, and we zoom in on the photos. We see like a guy like in his mid 50s. We have puffy white hair.
Uh-huh.
Right? And he's got his watch on. And Leonardo DiCaprio says, "This is the watchmaker, and this is where he used to do his watching."
Is this the Twilight Zone?
This is a History Channel.
Okay.
And Leonardo DiCaprio says, "But it's no more. After a horrible, terrible, awful explosion occurred in the watchmaker's house. His abode is no more. And if you're wondering how that explosion occurred,
I am. I'm dying to know.
We have a actor recreation.
Yes! That's what I was hoping for. We move back through time. The film becomes grainy and black and white. It's the 1910s. Things are different back then.
We see a house in the middle of a field.
Where the platform now stands, the house used to be.
It's superimposed, this house, over the platform.
Yeah.
And we see a few buildings suddenly fade into existence.
Yeah.
We see a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, a bustling town.
Like a small little, like one-horse town.
Yeah, one-horse town. Leonardo DiCaprio, still in his suit, strolls down the main street of this town.
You'll see here, Leonardo says, that the town of fuck. Sorry, can we take that again?
Yeah, no. Cut.
Cut.
Yeah, it's all right, Leo. Just take it again. Did you forget the name of the town, or he gargles some water? It's all right. Yeah, the town is actually called Newfield. It's a town called Newfield, Leo.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Back to once and rolling. Okay. Action.
In the town of Newfield, men and women stroll along. They raise their children, eager for the wealth that will be originating from the barley rush here in Idaho.
The barley rush of 1910.
Yes. There are potato farmers off to the left, and the barley rush is in full swing.
Yes.
But inside of the place, which was once a platform, there is a relationship.
Wow. We go through...
Am I doing good?
Yeah, you're doing great, man. You're killing it. We go through the front door of this house, and we see the watchmaker sitting at his table, surrounded by tiny, intricate mechanisms, gears, springs, coils, glass, metal, spread all around him.
A cup.
A cup full of water next to him. A different cup full of a darker liquid, whiskey perhaps, to the right of him.
A third cup filled with mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise? Remains to be seen. Stands to his left.
Yeah.
And as we zoom in on the watchmaker, we hear Leonardo DiCaprio start narrating this man's life.
The watchmaker's name was Maurice, and Maurice had a wife and a child. The child had already gone off to study at the University of
Barley.
In Barley, Arizona.
Yeah.
Where barley grows? Who wrote this?
Cut.
Sorry.
Sorry, you're live on mic, Leo, so if we can just have that again, please. Thank you.
Of course.
Back to ones.
The son set out to study at the University of Berkeley, in the town of Berkeley, in California.
Where barley comes from.
There, there he would study. Meanwhile, in the house that was soon to be the platform, there was a man and his wife, Maurice and Gretchen Spiegelman.
And his narration fades away, and Gretchen walks out of the kitchen into the living room and sees her husband working away tirelessly.
There's a little period music, like...
Yeah, and she sees her husband working away on these various watches, and she says, "Oh, Maurice, are you having any success at the shop lately?"
Oh, well, you know, things being how they are in 1910, Idaho, things being how they are, there simply is a lot of difficulty in selling watch to minors, but things are all right.
Yes, here in the town of Newfield, I've found that miners are not interested in watches. They're only interested in one thing: gold.
And barley.
And barley. But those are farmers.
Yes.
I also get them mixed up, honey. She puts a reassuring hand on his shoulder.
I just hope our son is fine in California.
Yes, so do I. I worry about him constantly, but I know that hopefully he can make a new life for himself, one that's better than ours. Isn't that what life's all about?
Yes.
Making life better for those that come after you?
I think so, Gretchen.
The narration from Leo fades in again.
But not all was as peaceful as it may have seemed. There are reports that Gretchen, the wife of Maurice, was secretly engaging in affairs.
Goodness.
Affairs of the heart.
I'm sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, being like, oh man.
Leo does it again.
I wouldn't have thought it about Gretchen.
Gretchen, she, as we'll see in the next scene, Gretchen's life as the wife of a watchmaker was relatively pastoral and docile in terms of women at the time.
Oh man, I say to myself, I bet it's because all her husband did was work and he didn't give her enough time for herself. He wasn't devoted to her. He was only devoted to his watches.
The reason is complicated, but mainly one of the major factors is that her husband was not devoted to her. Her husband was devoted only to the making of watches.
Knew it. Yeah,
and
say it, Leo.
Didn't give her enough of a chance.
Knew it.
To be herself.
Classic Maurice. I'm watching this like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, knew that about Maurice. Knew it from the word go.
We get into another scene and we see Gretchen and another woman at a shop, and they've run into each other. And the woman says, "Oh, Gretchen!
Hello, Anthony.
How are things at the watchmaking store?"
Oh, things couldn't be possibly better. You know, times being as they are, we found that there's a lot of want for watches all over town, she says.
See, my husband, the butcher, he's got so much money right now because of all the men who love eating meat.
Yes, there's a lot of those, aren't there? She sort of subtly looks down at her feet.
And I mean, I've seen you at the tavern a few times, but never with Maurice. I wonder why that is.
Oh, you know Maurice. There's so much demand for watches. He's just constantly working. He does so much for our family.
Well, I'll see you.
I'll see you.
No, Leo's monologue comes back in. Maurice, on the other hand, was addicted to alcohol.
Oh, dear.
Maurice, he had a problem with whiskey, and he drank as he made the watches. This made them of a poor quality.
Oh, man. And I say to myself on the couch, I'll bet that fucker Maurice, he only ends up making watches for himself. I bet the inside of their home is covered in poorly made watches, and it's a metaphor for their relationship.
But what's curious is that Maurice never once wore a watch. All of the watches he ever made, he sold. But he himself never wore a watch.
Interesting. What's this fucker's angle?
We shift now into a scene of Maurice, and he's drinking, and he's just drinking by himself, not saying anything as he's making a watch, and the voiceover continues. Maurice carefully wound every gear. His relationship to the watches was something that was obsessive.
Maybe more devoted to his watches than to his loving wife herself.
It's unclear if Maurice ever committed cunnilingus on Gretchen.
Whoa. I look at the channel guide. Can they say that? History Channel's going off. Wow.
It's unclear if Maurice ever committed cunnilingus on his wife, but we have written records that several men did.
We do? What are they writing records about back then? I say through my mouthful of Cheetos.
When we hear like a old-timey like reading, like, you know, like when they're reading like Civil War, like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it is reported that the dawn of the third month of October in 1912, that four reports therein were contained of acts of cunnilingus performed by devoted husbands upon their wives therein. Wow.
This record, which is one of the only records still remaining after the terrible tragedy that would soon befall Newfield.
I wonder how this tragedy's going to happen. What causes the explosion? I'm hooked.
It's one of the few remaining documents. It was a brothel's ledger of transactions.
Wow. This is fascinating.
Now, after a brief break, we'll explore the tragedy of what happened to the watchmaker.
Wow. This is good stuff.
What if every single thing you knew was wrong?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What if all of the people who didn't live in the global West and North were helped by aliens?
History Channel, come on.
What if
It's
that was the
8:30
case?
p.m.
Join us on Racist Aliens.
Oh, God. Why
As
do I
we-
watch this?
As we never say explicitly, but we sure as shit imply that people who weren't white in the ancient world were stupid.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Why does this still have funding? How is this still on the air?
The one thing I love about the ice is that it's cold. This summer, we see the ice truckers take on the worst of their situations.
Every situation is the worst of their situations.
Now you see, if Doug is gonna start yelling at me about the snow, then I'm going to have a fit. Okay?
That just seems like an immature
fucking
reaction.
shit. You think that you would talk to me like that?
Oh my God, they're yelling at each other.
And they're throwing.
Throwing chairs and stuff.
But when it comes to family, hey man,
Oh, they made up.
you're like my brother, man.
What is this, Fast and the Furious?
We need to go on that ice.
Is that Vin Diesel?
History channels. Fast, flash, freezing.
I'm gonna drive on the ice. Whoa, that is Vin Diesel. They got Leo, they got Vin Diesel? The ratings must be up this season.
This summer, a brand new comedy.
Oh,
A
God.
brand new romantic comedy.
They run romantic comedies on the History Channel?
This, okay. It's just like a general commercial.
Oh, okay.
A brand new romantic comedy. She was a businesswoman in Wall Street. He
He fell into the ocean.
How will they meet again?
Oh, this looks weird.
You could say that their relationship is squeezing me until I pop.
That seems inappropriate and not actually related to the topic of the movie.
Welcome back to the tragedy of Newfield.
Oh, almost out of Cheetos. Okay.
He pauses it, goes over and gets some more Cheetos and comes back.
Okay. Talk to me, Leo. What happened?
Newfield, like most towns in Idaho, sits underneath heavy volcanic activity.
Whoa. I didn't know that. Jesus.
You can see on this diagram of Newfield
Ah, that's a handy diagram.
that the volcano was filled in by the prehistoric shifting of mountains.
Oh, yeah.
And the pre-Laspian rock slide that filled
the
that
pre-Laspian
filled in
rocks. I remember learning about that in
the
geography.
mound volcano that makes up Newfield.
But I seem to recall from what I learned in geography that the pre-Laspian landslide actually put the volcanic activity under an immense amount of pressure. Turned it into a supervolcano.
Contrary to popular belief, the reason for the supervolcano that was under Newfield isn't because of all the pressure that was built up.
Whoa,
there.
holy shit.
In fact, it was actually due to a extraterrestrial.
Oh my God.
Let me finish.
Fine.
An extraterrestrial body that smashes into the Earth right around this time. We can see this formed, and after the prelapsarian fall of rocks, the landslide, right? It becomes this mountain, which, of course, as we all know, is Mount Glow.
Mount Glow.
Mount Glow
That's
in
what it
Idaho.
is today. I wonder what this extraterrestrial body was.
It was a large rock.
Oh, a meteor.
Yes, a meteor.
Okay.
Mount Glow smashes into this area, and the downward pressure causes kind of like when you put your hand in the water, and then it sort of rises up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Displacement. Okay.
of magma going right underneath this location. If we zoom in, we'll see on this location is is the watchmaker's shop.
Whoa, we're really zoomed in.
Maurice probably felt the heat that day, as down in the mines near to Newfield, near the body that was near the meteor that fell onto the earth. There was a excavation of gold. You see, this meteor is mostly gold.
Oh, wow. Whoa, okay. Lots to take in here.
Yeah.
Good thing I got more Cheetos.
Maurice likely felt the heat that day as miners were digging away at the gold. And as they did, they would, of course, make small incisions with their pickaxes, place dynamites inside of the small incisions for localized controlled blasts.
Seems like a lot of factors are about to overlap here.
As the dynamite went off, unbeknownst to the poor miners who were in those caves, they were inadvertently loosening the central hard gold core of the meteor.
Whoa.
And as the core fell into the lava, all of the space carbon that was inside of it began a chain reaction.
Whoa.
Maurice could feel it. The shaking of the earth.
But what did he do when he felt the shaking? Did he get up? Did he forgo his work? Did he go to his wife who he loved so much?
Maurice began praying.
Oh.
Maurice, a God-fearing man, believed that this was his penance. We can know so because of one of the letters that survived the eruption.
Oh dear me. I fear that I've spent too much of my life drinking away my sorrow, for leaving my wife forlorn, and letting my watches become slow and tired. I fear that it is too late for me, but perhaps in this letter I can articulate my last final thoughts about the life I have lived. It was bad, 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 ow, 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 ow.
We're not entirely certain, but we think that section at the end, where he is saying ow, 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 may be the moment that the volcano erupted, sending him 16, there's like a diagram, sending him 60 feet into the air.
Whoa!
Before crashing down, breaking all of his bones. Except, of course, you see like a picture of a skeleton, his writing hand, and the hand via which he would hold his letter. Mm-hmm. As he fell, of course, and when he crashed into the ground, the eruption began, but the dutiful postmen, the mailmen, grabbed the letter and made certain that it was sent to the University of Berkeley, where his son remained.
Good.
That is how we have this preservation.
Wow.
Quickly, the entire town was engulfed in lava.
Yeah.
As a giant volcano formed almost instantaneously underneath the town of Newfield.
Wow.
We can see this diagram.
How many fucking diagrams are they gonna have?
The volcano, it's erupting, and so the lava exits the ground and becomes on the upper side.
I feel like we didn't need a diagram for this. I feel like everybody knows how volcanoes work.
It's unfortunate because the volcano's lava was hot, and people cannot handle that much heat.
Yeah, Leo.
And so they died.
Wow.
Newfield remains today, but it goes under a different name. Yellowstone National Park.
Famously located in Idaho.
Part of it is.
This part is.
This part is. Shut up.
But Leo, I can tell we're almost at the end of the program, but what happened to the watchmaker? How was he found? Was he found, writing a letter to his son? Was he found reminiscing about his life? Was he found repenting, or was he found winding his watch compulsively like he spent all of his days doing?
We found his final remains curled up underneath a barrel.
Oh.
It looked as though he was trying to escape the noxious gas.
Oh, God.
That accompanies the volcano. His wife, of course, made it out safely,
Oh, wow.
as she was engaging in a tryst in Montana.
Oh, good for her.
But when she returned to Newfield, she found only ruin and desiccation across the land.
It's horrible.
Everyone in Newfield died.
Yeah.
There is not a single survivor except for the ones who didn't die.
Uh-huh. But what happened to the watchmaker, Leo?
The watchmaker, of course, his work was carried on by his son, who would be later known as John Watchmaker.
Cool.
More like Maurice Watchmaker. Or wait.
Cut. You got a bit confused, Leo? You all right? We're almost done, buddy. We're at the end here, so just...
Who wrote this?
I don't know. It comes from the execs, so just we're almost done. Oh, end of the day here. We're wrapping up really soon here, so you got it.
John Schneider would carry on his father's legacy, but instead of making watches, he focused on time and became a theoretical physicist.
Wow.
He theorized that linear time may not be the only form to express time, that there could be non-linear time. Flatness, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
Newfield teaches us a lot. It shows us what a volcano can do if it is left unattended for a significant amount of time, and if people don't know that a volcano is underneath them. This is why we must always utilize subterranean sensors when deciding on new places to build, like we do today. Newfield was a landmark decision for the government of America, as they dictated, or as they passed a new bill, the Newfield Bill, which said that every single home must be checked for a volcano underneath of it.
Oh, wow. I always wondered where that came from.
And now, we leave you. We're on this platform. The reason that we're on the platform is because the hot lava would kill us otherwise.
Oh, there's still lava?
No, that was a joke.
Oh, wow. You're a funny guy, Leo.
There's only barley that remains and the occasional corpse that is found underneath the earth. But the years after Newfield's horrible disaster, nothing remains except this one platform built in honor of those who died.
I turn off the TV. Wow, that was, lots to think about. You know, maybe the History Channel isn't so bad. I know they have a lot of, like, weird conspiracy theories that's, like, centered in pretty problematic views of, like, other civilizations. And I know all the other stuff that they have is just kind of generally bullshit. But maybe sometimes they have something that's legitimately informative and legitimately interesting. Oh, well. And I get up from my couch, and I go to my front door, and I open it. I step outside, and I look up, and a volcano is erupting. And I say, we never learn, do we? Yay! Well, that was fun.
I agree.
We got some platform in there in more than one way.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We got some characters. They had relationships.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Maurice had a relationship to his watches. His wife had a relationship with other men.
Yeah.
And they both had a relationship to their son.
That's true.
And we knew where it was happening. It was in Newfield in Idaho.
Yeah.
Also part of the Yellowstone National Park.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. What was the moral of that story, do you think, Kevin?
I think the moral of that story is to say that if you need to do volcano inspection, you take it seriously. Get a good classic volcano inspector. He'll tell you if your house is built on a volcano. The other thing that you should do is if you have a roommate who's really good at improv, you should let him do most of the heavy lifting on most of the episodes, right? That's kind of the other moral of the story. But if that fails, say some shit about Leonardo DiCaprio.
And you'll get through it.
You'll get through it.
And you'll get through it just fine. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah, stay safe, stay lovely, and we will see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.
Bye-bye.
On the History Channel.
On the History Channel.
Yeah.